Alright, what's up guys? It's Missy. I'm back with another SimCity build a video. Today we're going to go through this person's week and figure out what the hell he did wrong, okay? Because this is a terrible week. Now, before we begin, go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button. This city is stars. He has 25% of his experience remaining. If he absolutely had to use it, he could on a regular residential. That being said, the first thing that we're going to do is go ahead and set the scene. That is that he's a 24 player. He's in Mega. There's 5 days remaining, so it's the beginning of the contest. And yeah, that pretty much sums that up. Okay, so hit that like and subscribe button. Join us on Facebook at SimCity Build It, MissyAnne, and let's go ahead and get into this walkthrough. All right, let's see. So the first one is a streaks assignment. We're going to look at this. This is a high premium, not a premium, a high premium. It is very important that you guys start labeling these accurately, especially for those of you who want to become comm trainers someday. If you don't get into the habit of labeling these properly, you're going to fail these tests that are coming up. So this would be a high premium at a cancellation value. I mean, not value, but rotatable value, because it's below 2,000 points, but we don't rotate it. Okay, so we wouldn't mark it rotatable. It is a cancel because it's in the streaks. If it was not in the streaks, it would just be a no-touch task. Now, given the fact that this assignment is in the streaks, we already know that we're going to fail at least one streak, which is not a good sign. We can't cancel this right away because we don't want to have a higher chance of getting streak 2 started with another upgrade. We want to wait until we have at least a few more upgrades in our list, but no longer than right around 20 tasks completed, so 40 tasks remaining, okay? That being said, the rest of this assessment is the basics. You're going to go through, you're going to mark things main, which would be 2,000 points or higher, premium, an assignment that can be worth at least 3,000 points, non-premium, an assignment that cannot be worth 3,000 points, rotatable is an assignment that is below 2,000 points, no touch or cancellations are things like upgrades and stuff like that. Then you have last resort rotatable, which would be coins and keys with repair at 1,200 value. Okay, those are done either during reverse rotation or just before the streaks as a way to bring in factory productions and upgrades. Given their high algorithm rate, we do not do them at our lowest value point unless we absolutely have to just before the streaks to bring in those upgrades and factory productions. Okay, don't do them to bring in opportunity. The only other time you do them is during reverse rotation, which is a very rare occurrence and takes several tasks to even diagnose reverse rotation. Okay, so the first choice is going to obviously be the war card, but before we do that, we're going to kind of go through and label, say everything we know about each assignment. So the war card upgrade, oh no, I forgot, limited, okay? You're going to mark things with an L if there's something that can only be done with limited resources. For example, war cards are limited because you can only do them as long as you have cards to unlock them. Limited time means that there's some kind of timer on it that would prohibit you from being able to do that assignment at all times. So we have a main, premium, limited, war disaster, which would be our first choice. Then we have a non-premium main limited time monster. Okay, so that means that if we don't do that while he's here, then we're going to have problems. Then we have a non-premium design challenge, no touch. Premium seeds, rotatable value. Okay. Non-premium repair at rotatable value. If we absolutely need to, we can do it. Then we have a premium tapes assignment, okay, at rotatable value. Non-premium last resort rotatable, so LR, on the coins. Non-premium last resort rotatable repair. Because it's at 1,200, we mark it LR. If it was anything higher, we would mark it with an R. Then we have a premium rotatable VU assignment and a premium rotatable Club Wars assignment. A non-premium rotatable epic and a non-premium rotatable cargo. So, like I said, starting off, we would do the War Card Disaster. Okay, we immediately get keys for 1,200, so that we would mark as a non-premium last resort rotatable, and we would move down to the monster. Okay, now he gets a 2,400 glass. Now this right here is where he makes one of the biggest mistakes. Not right here is where he makes a mistake, but right here is where he should have got those gears grinding. Okay, so think about it. We have 2 of our main tasks taken up. We already have to cancel 1 upgrade. Think a little bit into the future here. If we ignore the glass too long, what's going to happen? We're going to be too close to the streaks to do it, right? If we take all that downtime now, we're going to waste 10 hours worth of time. So how can we accommodate this to be, how can we still get things done and take the least amount of downtime and get this opened up? Well, I'll tell you, he's got feed prepped. So he needs to make 60 glass in total. With 40 possible production slots, what he would need to do is look at his list as a whole. It doesn't make sense to take all that downtime for glass right now and then work on nothing. That's ridiculous, okay? Especially since he has other doorways that he can utilize, like the seeds, the tape, and all that. So, that being said, he has to make 60 seeds. What he should do is pick up the feed, okay, and make the seeds. When the seeds are done, he then should lay down 20 out of the 60 glass. Once he starts the glass, he can't do any other assignments anyways. So it doesn't matter if he fills up all of his factory slots. Whereas right now, if he, let's say, does the seeds, okay? So he does the seeds. Now we're here, right? He can prep the glass. 20 of the glass. He can continue working his list, therefore not wasting 5 hours of downtime. And then once the glass is done, assess where he's at on his list and if it's the right time to take the downtime, collect it when it is, and then take the additional 5 hours downtime. That way he's not too close to the streaks by the time he does this assignment, because if he doesn't do it this way, what's going to happen is he's going to be in a situation where he has to do it after the streaks, okay? And to look at this list, he already has very little going for him. To say that we're going to leave glass sitting for that damn long is ridiculous, especially when we have a 2,400 design challenge that we can't do anything about, okay? And we have to cancel streak 1. So he does the Paris. I don't know if he prepped glass or not, but I'm going to go ahead and assume that he did not. So now he has to do the metal. Now, if he had prepped 20 glass, he would be able to do the metal still. That's exactly why we would only prep 20 and not 40. See what I'm saying? So he does the metal, okay? Now he gets a 3,000 upgrade. So now, again, we have 3 main tasks taken up, 2 of which he cannot do, 1 of which he may have to cancel, and then the glass. So right now, it really doesn't make sense to cancel it because we don't know if more are going to come in. We're only 5 assignments in. We want to make sure that we're not going to get hit with more upgrades. So we would start with the tape, okay? Why would we do tape here? Because it's premium. It's got good opportunity. It's the highest premium in the list. And he does this. Now this right here, this is the exact thing that I'm trying to break this player from doing. If he doesn't quit doing this, he will never be able to play low-level comm. So what I want you guys to pay very close attention to. Why do I tell you guys that shop productions and factory productions are premium for low-level players? Why? So you don't do this. This is exactly what I'm trying to avoid you guys from doing. What he's doing is he's looking at value possibility. He's saying, you know what? I can sacrifice those 440 extra points that I get from the tape and open up a doorway that has the possibility of being worth 3,000 points, which is what high-level players do. It's an absolutely fabulous technique for somebody who doesn't have a risk. What you have to do is weigh out the risk. What risk are you taking on when you do this? You just had an upgrade come in for 3,000 points, okay? We don't want more upgrades to come in. We just want to make sure that there aren't any more coming in. Think about it like this. If we have too many high-valued upgrades or too many high-valued assignments, then we know we have to cancel. So then we want as many upgrades to flow in as quickly as possible so that we can get the cancellation done as soon as possible. You're not in that situation. The situation that you are in is you have one 3,000 point assignment that you could cancel if you had to, and a 2,400 design challenge. You have a lot of workable doorways still, and you have the glass that you should be preparing for. You could easily leave both of those upgrades to sit and work the rest of the week just fine if you did it right. But it's like you're purposefully calling in an upgrade when you do this. And it comes at a very, very, very high risk, which is why low-level players don't do it. It's exactly why I left you guys to mark shop productions as premium. Now, if you want to be a good comp player, a pro, you have to be able to look at the value possibility without making mistakes like this. You have to know when something has too high of a risk versus reward. That's exactly what you're supposed to be weighing out, is risk versus reward. Opportunity, value difference, value possibility. You look at everything. So essentially, think of it like this. You have a list full of assignments, of high-valued assignments. You have the ones you can do, which you do, and then you have the ones you cannot do. You have a point in time where you can either risk canceling some of them and hope they don't come back, or you end up in a situation where you leave them sit and you rotate other things to bring in better opportunity, okay? When you rotate certain things, every single thing that you rotate has a good and a bad outcome possibility, okay? Everything comes at a risk. Some things have higher risks than others, right? You are deliberately taking the high-risk road. This is what a high-level player does to get high-valued assignments to come in. You can't do all these high-valued assignments. You can't do the upgrades and stuff. So it doesn't make sense to do this. This is ridiculous. Now he gets an 800 Paris, okay? So then he goes and does the launch war attack, which is ridiculous. Now he gets a 1440 on melons, which is a shop production, same as the tape. So he does the tape, which is what he should have done to begin with. And now he gets a 2,000 delivery to London. Okay. Now he does the tape after getting a 1,000 delivery to Tokyo. Or does a melon, sorry. And he gets that 3,000 Paris. So now the situation has changed. Now you have 3 upgrades, okay, that are in your list of a high value. Plus the regular residential and the Latin up there in the streaks. We don't want to cancel immediately because we don't know if more are going to come in, right? Well, what other options do you see here? Not a whole lot of options. I mean, keys and repair are just going to leave. Keys, repair, and coins are not an option right now, right? Cargo and Epic doesn't really make a whole lot of sense. So what really should you be doing? You've got 1, 2, 3, 4 upgrades in your list. You are 10 assignments in. You want to cancel the streaks assignment within the first 20 assignments, right? If you cancel any other upgrade before the streaks, you lessen the number of upgrades in the main list. And you go further, or closer to the streak, or not the streaks, you go closer to that 20 task time limit from when you can, or when you should cancel the streak. Why would we not cancel the streak? That should be what we do. We should cancel this streak now while we have as many upgrades in the list as possible, especially while they're at high value, because it'll lower the chance of the Latin coming back in worth a high value. So what he should have done here is canceled streak 1. And he canceled London. That doesn't make any sense. Okay? First off, that upgrade just came in, the Paris. Anyway, so he cancels London, and he gets a London delivery. All right? Then he does Tokyo delivery. Launch common war attack, I'm assuming. 3,000 Tokyo delivery. 2,000 monster came in. And he does this. This I don't understand at all. Okay, so what? There's no monster. What are you doing? Out of everything on your list. You marked this with an LR. Last resort rotatable. Just before the streaks to bring in high factory or high upgrades, high factory productions, anything like that, right? That's what you want to bring in. Factory productions and upgrades. You're not just before the streaks. You have other doorways that you can utilize. There was no reason whatsoever to pick this. None at all. None. What's going to end up happening is he'll go a couple of assignments, he'll get keys again, he'll go another couple of assignments, get keys. And if it comes back with a higher value, he's going to have to do it until eventually it will replace itself with the value that it is at currently. You would have opened up no better opportunity for yourself. You'll be right back where you started, and if you're lucky, you won't have dropped your average. That's what's going to happen. It happens every freaking time, okay? So he does the keys, gets his 3K VU, okay? 1K booster. Okay, so he does the epic. Why? Why? That doesn't even make sense at all. Cargo would have been better than Epic. Epic has a timer on it. Epic has a downtime on it. Epic has a higher algorithm on it. Why would you do Epic? No. Like, this is such a rookie mistake. I don't even know how to even respond to something so stupid. That's how stupid this was. This player knows better than this. I don't know what the hell he's... I honestly, if I didn't know better, I'd say he did it on purpose. That's how stupid this was. Okay? There's the keys at a higher value, so we know we have to do it. Like I said. There's the epic. Okay, so doing that. I mean, high algorithm, he did 1 assignment. Look at that, you guys. In 4 assignments, because he started this at 45 tasks remaining. We're at 41 tasks remaining. He rotated keys. Okay? Got 1 assignment that was different. Rotated epic. Got keys. Got epic. Really? There's his VU. Okay. There's keys again. 1 assignment. And he got keys again. Pay attention, dude. Algorithm is way too high. Cancels because he's at 20 tasks. Yeah. That was stupid. Okay. So, it's risky. Hopefully it doesn't come in as an upgrade, but it's risky. He should have canceled way back when. There's the keys for the 2,000 that we had sitting there, so he's going to do that again. And he gets a 2,300 on feed. Oh, that's just freaking fantastic. Mind you, obviously, he still hasn't prepped the glass. We're 18 tasks before streaks, 4 days, 13 hours remaining. So, obviously, he's going to do the VU, right? Now there's his epic for 800 points. Well, what did I just say was going to happen with the keys and the epic? What usually happens? You do it. It continues to come back until eventually it replaces itself with either a high epic that you can't do because you ran out of points and you have to wait for a downtime, thereby taking up a spot on your list, or it replaces itself with a lower valued epic, which now you're right back where you started, so you have no better opportunity, right? Except for now, actually, he screwed himself even worse than he realizes because, yeah, he has this epic here, but that was our doorway. If we absolutely had to utilize it, we could. And now we can't because now he has that timer over his head. If he finishes the epic now, then he has to wait for the 12-hour downtime. If he doesn't, then he would have to start a new one, wasting a whole nother house. Okay, so he does the delivery to London, okay? Gets the 900 chems. Does the 800 Paris, not really sure why at this point. And there it is, folks. In 10 assignments, because it's been 10 assignments since he rotated the keys for 1200. He's gotten keys like 4 times, epic 2 or 3 times, and he's done 10 assignments. Wow. That was something. So now, what are we looking at here? The same fucking list. The same list that we were looking at 10 tasks ago. No better opportunity. Nothing good happened. Right now, I could shoot this dude. Like, Jesus Christ, what are you doing? 14.25 on coins. You got 15 assignments before streaks. What are you doing? Oh my God, really? Bedtime? No, dude, that's just dumb. You're 13 tasks before streaks. You already have feed weighing you down in the streaks. You don't have all your upgrades in yet, and you do that. You should have done that a long time ago. You should have prepped the 5 hours and done that a long damn time ago. Oh my God. I'm gonna literally blow my top. What are you doing? Unbelievable. Oh, perfectio. This is unreal. At least he got glass back. Now he does cargo for 600. Like, what are you even doing? Do you even know what you're doing anymore? 'Cause I don't. I don't have a clue what you're doing. What does this say? Why are you saying VU to me? Oh, you must have skipped a screenshot or something? For fuck's sake. Really? Repair again? Yeah. Oh, let me guess. Repair again. After 3 more. Let's do it another time. Maybe this time it'll be different. Yep. Now we just now hit 20 tasks remaining. Not even yet. 21. So, at this point, he has 20 tickets. Okay? His week is horrendous. It really doesn't make sense to waste his tickets on a week like this. Not if his leaderboard is any kind of decent. That being said, he can't afford to take it down to, 9 tasks remaining or whatever it is. I can't even think right now. He canceled the streak. Point being, he doesn't want to waste his tickets, so he has to start streaks early. So he's trying to bring in those upgrades, okay? Usually, that technique works when all of your other doorways have kind of been taken up with other stuff, right? So to do the repair over and over again just before the streaks doesn't really make sense. We don't do that when we're closer. We do the repair, yeah. And then we usually work whatever other doorways we have available. But by then, we usually have maybe 2 or 3 doorways. So we don't have a whole lot of choices, right? In his case, he had multiple other doorways he could have tried. And to repeatedly try repair, it was kind of obvious it was just looping him around and around and around. Now, what you don't want to have happen is here's what usually happens. You break the loop by doing the streaks assignment, and usually within 1 or 2 streaks assignments, you get the upgrade that you've been waiting for all along. So the technique that I have players do is I have them do 1 streak assignment, and then I have them rotate something in their list to try to bring that upgrade in. It works a lot, actually. I had 2 people, I think, do it this week, and it worked. That's what I would have done. But also, he needs to secure that feed as well. So really, at this point, he's in a really bad spot. His choices this week have led him into this horrible, horrible, horrible situation. Honestly, like, almost every single choice he made this week was a mistake. He didn't follow his storyline. He didn't pay attention. And this usually happens to players when they don't know when to take downtime. When I tell you guys that you don't always ignore your factory productions. They don't listen. They just assume that they are going to never need to take any kind of downtime. You have to try to take as little downtime as possible and still get shit done, okay? You have to follow your storyline. You have to look at everything. What's going to happen futuristically, what's happening now, what happened in the past. All of it matters when you're playing COM. You got to look at everything. Half these players can't even pass a goddamn test because they don't pay any attention. You're tripping me up. You're asking me trick questions. No, I'm just asking you questions. Some of them are trick questions, but in all reality, it's only a trick question because you're not paying attention. If you'd pay attention, this shit wouldn't happen, okay? I mean, if you know I'm going to say in your ear, don't do that. You probably shouldn't do it. So now he does the war booster, okay, and does feed, okay? So here, I mean, he kind of needs to decide what he's going to do. I know that upgrade's going to come in. I mean, that's exactly what's going to happen. So at this point, it really doesn't make sense to proceed on, if it does, with the streaks to some extent. Like, you have to read the situation. Okay, so there it is. So there's the Old Town, okay? Now, the Old Town comes in for 1,200. What situation are we in here? We can cancel, yeah. Or we can just try to get the highest possible score that we can with our main list. Now, we've already have to cancel 1 streak. This will be streak 2 that we have to cancel. Do we really want to assume that this is the best way to go about things? So he cancels this and then proceeds on and gets it again. Now, this should have been your next clue that this is not the route to go. This will be now the 3rd streak that you failed. Clearly, it's not working for you, okay? So why he canceled this again is absolutely beyond me, okay? There isn't 1 streak that you've been able to do. You get 1 or 2 assignments in. I mean, at this point, I would think it would be kind of stupid to cancel again and waste another task. You should have just worked your main list, honestly. If you were going to cancel anything, you should have just canceled something on the main list. Because this is ridiculous. So he does the war booster, gets the Old Town in the main list. Okay, you still have Latin out there, though, right? Now, granted, Latin hasn't come in, so it may stay away. But, I mean, it's risky. It really is risky. I probably would have just said screw it, and at this point, I honestly don't even know what I would be doing. I would be looking at my leaderboard saying, kill me, because this is crap. And this week is crap 100% because of his choices. Okay, so now he's got a bunch of downtime for text, sugar. Another text. And at least you got 1,000 cash, because